Welcome back, anglers. I'm the Survivalist, and we return to Call of the Wild, the Angler, out in Izilo Zasendulo. So, we've been working through a few of the float gear fishing challenges here. I'm going to leave the gold ranks to tackle later. It looks like we only basically have... yeah, I think only a couple of silver ranks to go, so we're going to try to see maybe knocking those out quickly. And then there's a spot on the map we'll try heading out to later today and see how things go there. I just want to see, for the Canary Kerper, it is shallow pond, deep pond, lakeshore, no real traits. I'm trying to see what I have right now. Okay, I've got the bloodworm. It does say, though, they might go for marshmallow, so... what do I need for the marshmallow? I need hook size. Okay, you know what? Let me see about changing this to an 8, and we'll try with the marshmallow and just see what happens with that. Because I don't think I've had many fish that actually do go for that bait. Yeah, we'll just see what we can get. Try to knock these two out if we can. I'm not exactly sure. Again, because the map is a little weird with how it doesn't give you what species are in each water body. It's kind of just like guessing game of, is what you're looking for actually here or not? I figure I'll try a couple of casts or so here. If I don't have luck at this spot, I can try going up over here maybe and see what we get. Oh, something's poking at it. There we go. We'll ease this in. And then I did have some comments from somebody who actually, it was last weekend's videos, who does live in South Africa or grew up in South Africa, and they're giving me a little bit of advice when it came to both, like, some of the invasive species for the area, such as, like, the smallmouth bass and a few other North American ones. As well as they also... that's not a Canary Kerper, but that's a decent-sized Kerper, I think. At a silver rank? No, oh, yeah, it is a silver. It's a silver redbreast. Okay. Well, I mean, not bad to catch. Toss you back in. I do wonder if... right, I don't have the vehicle with me. I was going to say, maybe I should switch out the rod to get some experience from doing this, but... I don't feel like going back to the vehicle point quite yet. But anyway, back to the commenter. They are telling me about, like, how some of the species are invasive to the region or area, such as, I think it's the bass species and the carp. I think, yeah, the catfish is definitely native, the labeo, the kerper. I think it's basically, I don't, oh, okay, I got a little distracted there with, trying to go through them. I think it's basically like the first row might be invasive species, because of things like the carps and the bass. They do feel like they're a little bit more... not what you typically expect to be fishing up in South Africa or on the African continent. Well, let's see what we got here. That is... our silver Canary Kerper. There we go. Toss you right back in. Yeah, that completes that. So... now, I don't know about the ruby... is it the ruby labeo? No, purple labeo. Yeah, so you are lakeshore, shallow lake and upriver, redworm, cheese, and eggs. Now, it does say lakeshore, so I could try for that from the dock here, too. Maybe we'll try doing that. But they also were telling me about, like, the connect... I kept calling the fish the mogul, or moggles, but they actually corrected me on pronunciation, where double G... I'm trying to think of, like, how to use the terminology here. For, like, the... some of the local dialect, like South African, that double G is pronounced differently. Like, there are some languages where, though they use the same letters, they're actually pronounced differently. So, whereas I thought, or, well, for typical English, double G might actually be more like, muckle, or... they said it was like the correct pronunciation of, like, Loch Ness, like that k sound that you don't really get from a single, letter in the English alphabet. So I think they're called more mockle or mokel, something like that. I should actually even check right now while I'm on that. The handbook might actually pronounce that properly.
The mogul is a freshwater African carp.
Mokel.
They can withstand temperatures below 50 Fahrenheit and are usually found in stagnant water.
Okay, so mokel. I'll try to remember that to be a little bit broader. Or a little bit better for, like, pronunciation and such. I can't guarantee it's going to stay, but I like the little fun bits of information come in from people watching and viewing and, like, are more familiar with stuff like that. See, I'll try to be a little better with pronunciation for the Mokul. And we'll see about somewhere around here.
Stay safe.
Oh, that's right. That's the proprietor back there. Okay, I would say is Lakeshore. And I don't imagine the Labeo are a very large species, so maybe what I'll try doing is use the eggs and see what goes for them. Yeah, we'll start at hook size 8 and just see what happens. If we can catch those, then what we'll probably do, let that land and focus in on it. If we can catch one of those, there is a little challenge board way up north, so we might follow that main road and see if that gives us another type of fishing that we can kind of focus on. I'll still probably approach it like I have done for some of the other angler series, where it's, knock out all the bronze or silver challenges, and then advance to gold stuff. Just so that we kind of work a steady progression way through. I still don't have the hook size chart. I figure we'll try one more weekend without, see how it flows together, and just go from that. It is one thing I would like to see for, again, I mentioned quality of life stuff. Expand the traits so you get a little bit more info there, as well as when you have, like, best weight, best length, best score. Kind of keep a little bit of a way of saying, like, caught on hook sizes, this, and maybe leave question marks or whatever the other ones could be. Just so that way, as you're playing, you have a way of recording what you've caught with what size. You could always do that paper and manually, but when you are, like, going through and catching half dozen fish or so, probably within a span of like 20 minutes, you might kind of slip on what you've been using. Or if you are doing challenges and going back and forth, hopping around the map for things, that might come into play too. Yeah, so far, nothing going for the eggs. The hook size, with it only being an 8, anything that could go for it probably should. So maybe instead what we'll do is we'll just pull that up, because that is a species I haven't caught here. Let's head down to pick up a vehicle, and we'll go a bit north. We might not reach the challenge board, but maybe we'll stop at a spot or two and see about trying to use the setup and trying for a Labeo around there. Okay, yeah, it's basically just around the loop here. Classic Tyrannosaurus interpretation, the trikes. And then I also had commenters coming in, of course the fishing series with dinosaurs. Anytime there's dinosaurs, there's a little spike in interest, I think, but... Now, there's comments that the Brontosaurus, it was... When first found, they thought it was its own species, then they thought it was just a Patasaurus. Now I think there's debate on if it is its own actual species or not. I think there's been some back and forth, probably will be as more evidence comes out. That's kind of how paleontology goes. And the more fossils you get, the more the image kind of becomes clear. And, right, I need to go to the left up the road. Now, I have no idea actually what the correct side of the road would be to drive on in South Africa. I know Europe, it's on the left-hand side, North America, it's the right. That kind of makes me think it could be the left with the signage on the left that was there. Because I think usually they try to have the road signs nearer you for whatever side you're driving on. I may be mistaken on that, but... I'll just keep going and see. See, I think there should be a bridge coming up. Maybe we'll stop at that and just try to do a little bit of fishing off of there. Yeah, just some wide, flat grassland area. Oh, definitely going off the, not really staying in the lane there, am I? Yeah, there's a bridge up here. I thought it would be over a little bit more of a river, but we'll try this and see what we can get from here. Yeah, we'll park it right there. And just get down to the water's edge here and see what we can try for. And this actually is the largest water body. No, second largest. Although, that one's kind of stretched out, so I feel like this one maybe is larger. But we'll just spend a little bit of time here and see what happens. And this is a thing, too. Maybe I should try seeing if I can find... You know what? There's got to be something right here, like maybe a camp or something. Just how the road ends there, maybe I can find a boat launch, and if I actually get out onto the water, maybe we'll get like one of those little legend icons that'll pop that tells us what species are found in this water body. Because, I don't know, it feels like it's a little weirdly selective on where those pop up. Like, we don't have any that have been shown off on this map yet, and I can't really show off any of the other DLC maps while we're in this one. But we saw in Trollsport, as we went to certain, like, large areas of the fjord or the lakes or such, we'd get little notifications or little unlocks on the large map to say what species we could find around there. So I don't know if it's something that is included in this DLC, and it's just that we haven't really been on the water to unlock one yet, or... they're just, again, really selective on where they are plunked down. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to actually bring that back up. It'd probably be smarter for, if I'm trying to be efficient with my time, check and see if I can find the legend first, know if it is worth trying to fish here for what we're after or not at all. So yeah, there's the little footpath. And wherever this went, it led to somewhere else that came to like an end. So my guess is there's got to be something like a campsite or boat launch or trailhead. That'll do it. Okay, so get here, call in a boat, and just see about going out onto the water for a bit. Oh. And we actually got a challenge. Bronze rank or higher smallmouth bass by marked location. Okay, well that should actually be really easy to do. I'll just knock that out quickly. So that's eggs, frog, actually, you might even have a good setup right with what we've got here. And we'll toss it down a little bit into the water there, and see what happens. But yeah, maybe I'll try going for like a bit of a circle of the lake just to see. Although we also do have, looking here, this right off of this spot here, so that might not be a bad area to try going to. Oh, there's something. Now, what do we got? Oh, I think that's our bass. Yeah, smallmouth bass, bronze. Easy enough to knock out. Okay, so that challenge is completed already. Again, I kind of like the location challenges. You just you stumble upon them as you're like going about and hitting or finding the spots in the world. It does promote the exploration a little bit more than just hopping place to place for what you're assigned to reach. But yeah, I was hoping that we would get like a little bit of a... Okay, let me see about going into the like deepest part of the map and then do a U-turn. I shouldn't say part of the map, but like the deepest part of the lake by depth color there. Oh, and there's a little spot over here. Oh, there might actually be a challenge here we can knock out too while we're just going about. Yeah, we've basically gone over the deepest area of the lake. And no little legend or anything popping up to say. Again, another little quality of life thing is just give a little bit of text in, like even bottom left corner, bottom of the screen, somewhere that kind of tells you what kind of area you're fishing in. Is this registering as lakeshore? Is this a pond? Is this a lake? Is this a river? Is this upstream? Just make it a little easier for the player to know, like, okay, this area I'm trying for this species at is not actually where they will be, or they aren't found in that area. Oh. Well, I accidentally walked off the ramp there. But we do have another fishing challenge we can pick up. Okay, this one needs a silver rank or higher spotted, so I think I want to go up to maybe a hook size of 6. And let me see, what do the spotted bass like? Redworm, popper, and lake mix. You know what, we do have the vehicle call station. We'll see if we can use the popper and get one. Because it doesn't matter what type of fishing style we use here. Nope, my bad. We want lures. Okay, there we go. My bad. Yeah, we'll take the... You know what? Give me the 6. So we'll do that, and that. Yeah, I'll see if we can get any luck with the popper here. Though it does say... Okay, maybe it's just because we weren't... That was it, we just weren't quite close enough. Hop on there, because the terrain geometry is a little weird there. Yeah, I think this one we want twitching. See, at least this way... Oh, there we go. I was going to say, if we didn't even get a strike. Well, it's kind of nice that we have to actually adjust the friction brake for a change. That is not a smallmouth bass, though. Or a spotted bass. I think that's either a grass carp or a muckle. I'm leaning grass carp, although I can't say for sure. Let's see what we're pulling in here. No, that's actually our first African tigerfish. Okay, was not expecting to see one of you guys this early. I mean, it's still a nice species to get already. I do kind of wish I had a little bit of an easier way of, like, showing off the model once we have reeled it in. I think we basically just have to use the handbook to spin the model around for that. Again, there's still some content I could see, like giving players a little bit of like a fishing cabin. You put on dioramas, like replicas of what you've caught, so you still have a catch and release. Or you could even go into, like, if you catch invasive species, you have a live well, and if you bring them back to like a warden on the map, you can get extra funds for doing that. Try to promote a little bit of conservation through the gameplay, too. Because other than, like, a little bit of a chat with the warden, I don't think they actually have, like, anything they give or provide for the player to, like, really exist. And what do we got here? Smallmouth yellowfish. Okay, you know what? Seems like on this map, maybe it's going to be more fun to spin fish than... Or we'll have a lot of success spin fishing on this map. That's already 2 new species we've seen just in the 2 casts. Makes me wonder if maybe I have the hook size a little too large for the spotted we need. Well, we do need to catch a silver. We'll see about trying a couple more, just whatever comes of it. Maybe we just have to play the roll the roulette wheel and see. I think this is another tigerfish. Yeah, that looks tigerfish to me. I'm not sure if the snout is as pronounced as it could be, or it's just like on really large specimens, the snout's a little more pronounced, but... Yeah, there's another one of you. Yeah, I'm going to put that back. Let's not fall off the ramp this time. And I will pick up the other... Actually, should I pick up the other popper, or should I go for something else for the spotted? It does say redworm. What else did you say? We could try the jerkbaits. I think I have a fair mix of those we can try picking from. Looks like I only can... I guess we'll take a 5, because I can always try doing something with that. I know it did say frog as well, but those I think are too small for that. We'll pick up the other popper. And you know what? Maybe even... Okay, I don't have the room for anything else right now. Let me toss that back and see about taking that number 5 spinner. Or hook size 5. That one we can probably get in just a little bit and then get the full experience bonus from that. We'll do a few more casts, see what we can get. Let's change that out for that one. And see what we can get from this. But yeah, this is where I don't mind the going in blind, just trying a fair size of hook that seems to work on a variety of species. It's always when you try something and you just have no results that just feels like a bit of a slog to go through. Granted, that's how fishing can be in real life, just sitting there waiting for anything to happen and take a long time. But at least there you could have a beer or something, or you're not really have any options of changing that for like sake of gameplay or engagement. Well, let's pull this in. You're not... I don't think you're tigerfish. Not sure what this is. Oh, just another yellowfish. Send you back out there. And we'll just see what happens with this next cast. And then we'll switch out for the spinner. Oh, well, there's a quick strike. Yeah, we'll try the spinner once we reel this in and then see what goes after that. With it being hook size 5, we might see some larger fish. I'm not sure if we'll actually go for the species we're intending to try for here, but... Really? Got you. I feel like in this area of water, this guy would basically be a prey for a lot of species. I think the tigerfish would eat good if they had him. Okay, let's go for this, yeah, hook size of 5 spinner. And see if this gets us anything really nice sized. Because we haven't really practiced or tried using a larger hook size yet on this map. Yeah, usually the spinner has been one that's been pretty good for getting a fair mix of species to go after it. I think it's like one of your most basic spin casting lures because I think it's stop and go and constant, and those are like the only retrieval methods to use for it. So it's not like you can really screw up all that much in trying to figure out like what is its most effective way of being used. Though maybe I'm able to, because we didn't really get a strike on there on that try. There's something. Not quite strong enough to test the friction break. But it is still striking on hook size of 5, so it should be a decent sized species. I'm thinking it might be another tigerfish, but I don't know if it'll be a bronze or a silver. Okay, it looks like it's definitely a tigerfish. Oh yeah, it's definitely one. That is another bronze. You know what? Since it looks so close, I'm going to try one more catch with the setup we've got, and then we'll end the episode for today with that. I have to imagine the tigerfish is like one of the trophy species for like this DLC. Like, if you think of each map for the angler, there's a few species that are probably like the largest and most impressive you want to set in your sights as your like trophy fish. On Golden Ridge would probably be the muskie, possibly the channel catfish just for the size of them, and maybe the sturgeon. Although, I don't know if the shovel-nosed sturgeon grow as big as like some of their other relatives. There are some sturgeon species that just get massive with enough age. But I can't really remember like what the naming of them is. You were pretty easy to bring in. Oh, just another yellowfish. Yeah, toss you back in. That completed the spinner mastery, so we got that done. Next episode, we'll try knocking out the location challenge here, and then maybe we'll try going up here and taking the right to try along this or up here for that last challenge we got for the purple bayo. Okay, maybe I just need to go for a really small hook size with it. We'll have to see. But for now, I don't think it was too bad of a first episode for the weekend for the angler Izilo Zasendulo. Thank you all very much for joining me on this episode of the series. If you did like the video, be sure to give it a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure in the comments right down below. Until I see you all in the next video or episode, anglers and survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy angling.